Hey guys, welcome back to the CulePodcast. Welcome back to another episode, season 4, episode 24. And guys, if you guys haven't seen my latest news video for today, I have sort of like a new temporary setup. My PC is currently undergoing some repairs, so the setup is a little bit different. So apologies for that. Hopefully, you guys can deal with it. But on today's episode, guys, we're going to be talking about Jonathan Tah in a little bit more detail. We're going to be talking, is he needed at Barcelona? Does he have the quality to play at Barcelona? We're going to be talking about that. And then as well talking about Lamine Yamal, because Barcelona and Lamine Yamal, they've started, contract talks for a potential renewal that's on the horizon. We're going to be looking at that. But guys, before I get started on the video, make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. Everything is posted down below in the description. And if you guys do want to join the stream, feel free. Just go on X, click on the streamer link, and you will be able to join. But Sebi, welcome to the podcast, man.
Hey guys. Good. After
Good.
seeing Barca win finally, after a bit of time.
Yeah. It was a little frustrating period, but I wasn't able to get your thoughts on the Mallorca game. But just quick thoughts before we start talking about Jonathan Tah.
Versus the Mallorca game,
Yeah,
we cooked them. We honestly, I don't even think Barca tried that much. It was mostly capitalizing on errors on the other team's half because Mallorca was committing a lot of errors, and then obviously Lamine Yamal with those two brilliant passes to set up Rafinha.
true.
Amazing.
But I sort of agree with you. You had that individual brilliance from Lamine Yamal, but as we said, in the post match, Barcelona were able to take advantage of the mistakes that Mallorca they did make, and we were able to capitalize on the chances that we created. We were very clinical in that second half compared to that first, and a team that's created so much against Mallorca. If we were able to take our chances, we have gotten the victory. But what's up, Van Lee? Welcome to the stream. This is a good hedge, and in case Araujo relapses, Inigo regresses, or Christensen leaves. Well, we're going to be talking about that. And now we're going to be talking about Jonathan Tah, because guys, if you guys haven't checked out my latest news video, Barcelona, they have started to heat up conversations and talks with Jonathan Tah. Deco flew over to meet with his agent, Pina Sahavi, and the sensations from that meeting, they were good in Barcelona. They're getting closer and closer to a deal with Jonathan Tah. Now, the first question I'm going to ask is he needed at Barcelona? And then the second question I'm going to ask you, does he have the quality to play at Barcelona? Sebi, I'm going to go to you first, and then I'll go to NJ. But what do you make of that first question? Is he needed at Barcelona?
Is he needed at Barcelona? That's a tough question because Araujo just recently came back. Inigo has good level. Guarci, we all know he's the future of Barcelona. Kunde could obviously play center back, but he's playing right back.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to say we're stacked on defense, but we have three solid center backs. Who would be our fourth? Eric Garcia. But I feel like we're going to sell him on the next transfer window. So needed, I don't know if the word is needed, to be honest. But I wouldn't mind if he comes. And then your second question was like, is he Barcelona quality?
Yeah.
What is Barcelona quality nowadays? Because for me, he's having a very good season, but he isn't like Barcelona quality for me is like star level, like elite of the elite. And he's having a good season, but he's not, I would say he's a good defender, but for me he's not an elite defender. But he's having a very good season. Maybe like he can come to Barca and become that elite defender. But for me he's just a good defender.
Okay. NJ, welcome. What do you make of those thoughts from Sebi in regards to Jonathan Tah?
Jonathan Tah,
Yeah,
we need him
we
because
need him.
we need to we need to mix with experience with the young ones because it showed many times that we lack experience on the back. Like Inigo is the only one who has the most experience beside Christensen. But when you look at it, Araujo injury prone. We know that he always gets
Yeah,
injured.
yeah, that is
So
true.
we need depth on the team. And as good as Barça is, you can't rely on him the whole season. You need to like rotate him at all. Because
Mm.
if you're gonna keep playing Kubarsi, he's gonna be burned out.
Okay,
You
okay.
need to mix him up with because again, if we sign Tah, then I feel like Flick's gonna convert fucking Christensen as a DM, rotational DM. If we're not
Chris-
gonna if we're not gonna buy any
Okay.
midfielder, if we sell Frenkie De
Mhm.
Jong.
And what do you make of that second question? Do you think that he has the quality to play at Barcelona?
I mean, it depends on what. Probably, if we're talking about Barca style back then, no. But if we're gonna talk about the Hansi Flick Barca way, then yes.
Okay. And in what sense, for example?
Because with Flick's style, he wants people who are good at pressing, people who are good at you know, people who are like quick, uh, quick in their place. Because if you signed Todd under Xavi, he would have died under Xavi. Sorry,
He
he
was
would die. He would have died because of the way like this low ball movement. But with Flick, he wants to play tiki taka direct football right away, which Ta has, and plus Ta has the speed to to like go back. Simple as that. And plus the last two, the last 3 seasons, Ta has been solid for Leverkusen.
He has. He has. He's been rock
Especially
solid.
especially when Xabi Alonso came that year when they were trying to get after the when he got when they were trying to get up from the relegation.
Yeah.
He trusted Ta to become the main center back three. Yeah, he became the undisputed starter for that back line.
Okay. Okay. I actually agree with both of you. I do think that Jonathan Tah is needed at Barcelona, for example. But one of my worries is how is Hansi Flick and Barcelona going to manage the center back situation? Because right now we do have a lot of players in that center back position. I would say it's one of our better parts of the squad. You have Inigo Martinez and Pau Cuerci, who are right now the starters. We have Araujo and Christensen, who are set to be coming back. You have Eric Garcia and Jules Koundé. So that is six center backs who Barcelona have at the moment. Jonathan Tah is the right back, and this is another good question I was about to mention: is Tah okay if he's benched? This is something that I'm pretty sure Deco is going to be talking in the contract negotiations right there. Coming
I
to Barcelona,
mean, with Todd now at his age now, he understands that he wants to win trophies, right? So he understands that like he will play games, but he has to compete. But at the same time, he's not gonna complain about, oh yeah, I only play five. No, he will play games at some point because again, Araujo gets injured a lot. But overall, they will again when you look at it, like as good as Eric Garcia is, he's not 6'5". He's not fast compared to Jonathan Tah.
no, no, no. I see Jonathan Tah as like that Van Dyke build, for example.
Yeah, exactly. 6'5".
Big, strong, very good
6'5".
in the air,
Yeah.
and everything like that. And
If you play back three, imagine if Flick played back three, just center back, Kabarsi is the middle, then you have Ta and Araujo beside you.
yeah, no, that NJ, you bring up like another point. What happens if Hansi Flick decides to have in his back pocket another formation, the
Yeah,
option
exactly.
to
Yeah.
play with five in the back, three center backs, two fullbacks overlapping. You have Balde. Maybe you move Koundé into the center back. You
Yeah.
have another fullback who's more attacking.
And sorry to interrupt, but also it's good for Araujo as well. You don't have to play Araujo 80 minutes. You can just sub one of them, and
Mhm.
and that will lessen the injury for both,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
go ahead. So
no,
sorry.
no, but I will say though, like that there is a point where there not all players think like how we imagine. Some players prefer to start. Some players will be starting. So I see, for example, if Jonathan Tah were to come to Barcelona, I would definitely imagine either one of Eric Garcia or Christensen leaving because I don't think having six center backs, for example, let's take out Jules Koundé because right now
Yeah, he's playing right back no matter
yeah,
what.
he's playing right back, and everything like that. It's five center backs. Okay, five center backs. Bringing in Jonathan that would be six. That's where there's sort of an overbooking. I would say one of the center backs of either Eric Garcia or Christensen would have to leave for Jonathan Tah to come.
Yeah, one of them have to leave for sure. And
Uh-huh.
plus, again, Inigo might stay one more year after that. Then you're gonna have like
Exactly.
Yeah.
He is the starter. Now, talking about Christensen, his injury situation, and in regards to Eric Garcia, who right now can play it as a DM. He can play in the center back position. I mean, Christensen can do the same thing.
Yeah.
But out of the two, which player would you want to see Barcelona let go of? Sebi, which player are you do you fancy more?
I don't like the both of them.
You don't like
both of them.
Okay.
But if I had to get rid of one, Christensen, bro.
Christensen. All right. And what's your reasoning?
I just like me personally, like between Eric Garcia and Christensen.
Yeah.
Christensen, we can see he can play other positions, obviously, but he is not needed anymore in those positions. And as a center back, we have 3 good center backs, and Christensen has been injured. He's also injury prone. If we're talking about injury prone, he's more injury prone than Araujo, in my opinion. And for me, he's just not like a Barcelona level type player.
Oh wow. Okay, so you're being critical of Christensen. Okay.
And for Eric Garcia too, but like I rather him stay than
Christensen. Okay. And NJ, do you agree with Sebi or do you disagree?
Wait, hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay, no worries.
What do you think, Elias?
See, I think whenever Christensen has played, he's been more solid than Eric Garcia. Christensen at his best when he's able to be fit, I think he's been very solid, a very reliable player. And right here, yeah, I have never seen Christensen make a big mistake. For example, he's been great and everything
because he's never played because he's always injured.
Well, I mean,
no, come on,
just think about that season, for example, when he first came in, that back season, for example. He was rock solid. Obviously, the last season, he played less, but Christensen was rock solid in that season whenever he was playing. But obviously, the injuries, the injury situation is a concern. But me personally, I'm letting go of Eric Garcia, knowing that he hasn't been able to put in the same performances that Christensen has been able to. But NJ, do you agree with that?
I quite agree with you, but yeah, both of them are good with their feet, but it's just that Christensen is just a better defender. Because yes, you can say he's injury prone, but come on, everybody's injury prone nowadays in football.
Okay.
But again, he can't with his quality, he can't replace. Eric Garcia can't replicate that kind of quality that Eric Christensen has. To be honest, you know how he plays. You see him play. He can play 2 roles.
No.
When Eric Garcia played 2 roles, he's better at center back than DM. But Christensen, he can play both decently. But yeah.
Okay.
But I just don't think Christensen will play under Hansi Flick as much as Eric Garcia would.
Yeah. That's the thing, though. Yeah. That's the thing. That's a problem, though. Hansi Flick already said that he's not part of the plan, so which is. It's sad, but it is, it is what it is.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have this discussion once again towards the end of the season when Christensen is back, when he plays games, when Eric Garcia is able to recover from his injury and everything.
Exactly. Give him game time.
No, obviously, but this is we're just talking about hypotheticals and everything like that.
Yeah.
I just don't think they'll get any game time to.
He will though. He will though for the cup games in.
Like Copa del Rey, but like
and it's also like the lower teams, in La Liga. So
I guess.
Okay. Yeah. And one more point in regards to this Jonathan Tah transfer, because like when we talk about a player coming into Barcelona, like we have to talk about everything. One potential negative, for example, of this Jonathan Tah transfer is like what happens if he isn't able to have a successful season at Barcelona. If he comes on a free. That'd be a great move for Barcelona. Barcelona, they save money on the transfer fee, but we do have to pay, slightly a little bit more wages and everything like that. But it's very hard to resell him if he isn't able to, hit the ground running. Because
normally when people sign for Barcelona in their first year, majority of them does not perform at their standards. Majority of them. But some of them are Danny almost all knows the system, but when we sign who did you sign who struggled? Rafinha. Rafinha used to play that before. Then then he just gradually improved. To
Yeah. Okay. Well, no, but like my point still stands. Like, what happens if like Tah comes in and he isn't able to have like a successful season or a successful tenure at Barcelona? Then it becomes very hard to sell him after.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
he is
I mean,
28 years old.
yeah.
He's approaching the wrong side of 30. You know, then are you guys still a fan of this move, or do you
I will
maybe
say, we'll see though after his tenure though. But for 1 year, you can't. I mean, obviously in Barcelona, once you don't perform, they're not very merciful. But
Okay.
again, Ty is like a very well experienced, so he should be okay
Okay.
in his first season.
Mm-hmm.
He should be okay if he
Okay.
signed for us. If he signed with us, but
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is.
See, like I'm just talking about like, hey, any potential negative that can come away from this transfer, because obviously, I'm a fan of Jonathan Tah. I think he's a good center back. I think he's been rock solid in these past couple of seasons for Bayer Leverkusen, and I am open to him coming. I would want to see him come, but obviously, when we talk about it, just in general about transfers, you want to cover every single angle and
Yeah,
and
for
just
sure.
see what can happen and everything like that.
Yeah,
And
but
that is
again,
potential negatives,
you
obviously.
won't know. You won't know until the player plays for us, right? So you
There
can
you
just you can just like assume, oh yeah, he's slow, then he's gonna be slow. But who knows? Because sometimes people at their former clubs, they might have the negative, but when they come to a new club, they become a positive, right? So
go.
you will never know until you give him a chance. If he played bad for the whole season, then we can go back to yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. That power wasn't good enough, stuff like that.
Okay.
But for now,
Okay.
we have to focus on how can he become a Barca player and then what can he bring, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, absolutely. But now switching the conversation, guys, I want to be talking about Lamine Yamal, because this report came out today, basically discussing Lamine Yamal renewal. It's going well. It's in progress right now, and Mendes, he has proposed a short-term contract with auto extension clauses. Sort of, let's say, sort of similar to Robert Lewandowski's. Let's say if he plays a
Yeah,
certain amount of minutes or he scores a certain number of goals, let's say, or something like that, or a long-term contract with salary bonuses for sort of similar figures. Now, obviously, we want to tie down Lamine Yamal. We want him to become a key player and Barcelona's future. He is our gem. He is our most important asset when you look long term. And I want to ask, should Barcelona be careful with renewing Lamine Yamal? Because obviously we know Lamine Yamal, he wants to stay at Barcelona, but we don't want to basically have the same situation in which we had with Ansu Fati. Because Ansu Fati, when he came, when he emerged in Barcelona, he was absolutely amazing. He was this huge star, but then after, he did decline due to those injuries. We don't know what could happen for Lamine Yamal and everything like that. Let's hope he stays, injury free and he's able to have a long, successful career at Barcelona. But what do you think Barcelona should do in regards to that contract renewal? Should they give him maybe a short contract, maybe 2 or 3 years, or should they give him a long contract with salary bonuses to increase it? What do you think, Sammy?
What happened to the good old days when the contracts were 4 years, no weird clauses? You just signed, bam, you're here at the club for 4 more years. What
I mean
happened to
that's
all
modern
of that?
football for you.
I miss old football contracts. I hate these new release clauses, all these bonuses. Bro, just if you love the club, you would stay for as long as
I
you.
mean, again, bro, the money is different now compared to back then, so that's why
I mean,
people.
I'm fine with his contract. I don't really mind it at all. If
He's
I
not leaving anyway, so that's a
Yeah,
weird
he's
thing.
not gonna leave, so I don't mind it.
No,
But
no,
if it
no.
was
So
for me, I
he
would
won't though.
four or
Unless
five
he
year
gets injured
contract.
badly, then yeah. Okay, guys, go ahead, sir.
4 or 5 year contract would be fine in my opinion.
Okay. See, but right now that's not what Mendes proposed. He proposed, I think,
Yeah,
like
I
it was
know.
a 6 to 7 year contract with salary bonuses, or a short-term
No,
contract, 2 to 3 years,
I feel like
and then it
if
would
you
be
give a
automatically
player,
extended.
yeah, I feel like if you give a player like those types of contracts, like 6, 7, 8 years, it's just gonna drain the player out. Like
Yeah,
imagine
basically.
he just wants to leave. Imagine it's not Lamine Yamal, but it's another player. You give him a 6, 7, 8 contract, he's just thinking, damn, I'm gonna be here for 6, 7, 8 years unless
Yeah.
they sell me. That's
Yeah.
draining.
Yeah. Like
And
No, I
sometimes.
mean, but the Yamal said like he wants to become a legend at Barcelona.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not a problem, but if it
Yeah.
was another player, I think it would be a problem.
A lot of people say that before in the past that they want to stay for the club forever, but some probably their year 4 or 5 they might change their mind. No,
Okay. Okay.
I'm not saying he's leaving, but some people have that kind of mindset where I want to spend my whole career in this club, but halfway done, because again, if you keep winning trophies with Barcelona, you get bored of it because the same trophy every year, right? He wants to, but again, I don't expect him to leave the club at all. To be honest.
No, no, no. I don't see that happening. Like if if he is going to have a short term career at Barcelona, it would be because of an injury. But looking at how his injury record so far, it doesn't show that. And
Yeah.
Barcelona says, hey, we should give him a long term contract extension. And in regards to that, where do you think he should be paid among the Barcelona players? Because obviously, giving a 17-year-old, let's say, the contract of one of the best paid players in La Liga and the best paid players in the squad, is that maybe giving a little bit too much too early? What do you think,
Yeah,
NJ?
in my opinion, yes, they're just
Yeah.
gonna inflate his ego, and
Yeah. That's
that
the
is
thing.
not
Yeah,
good.
I agree with Sebi. Yeah, like short term for now is good. Then probably by the age of 21, that's where you talk real talk. That okay, we'll give you like a 5 year or 6 year contract after.
This is
Okay,
how
okay.
I'm gonna put it. We don't want Lamine Yamal to be Neymar. We want him to be Messi.
No.
In terms of playing, he
Yeah.
could play like Neymar, but in terms of financial contracts, we want him to be like Messi.
When he hits his prime, then you can talk about him signing a 6 year contract. But for now, it's good for his age. It's good to have like a 2 3 year contract, then plus a year additional. It's better
Okay.
than that.
Uh-huh. I definitely think that's more it's more smart than giving him a long-term contract because you don't know what's going to happen in 6 and 7 years. I'd rather
Exactly.
propose a short-term contract, let's say 2 or 3 years, and have those extension clauses in it. Let's say, hey, you I don't know, you finish top 5, top 3 in the Ballon d'Or, and your contract
Yeah.
is extended. And everything
That's
like
what I'm
that.
saying. Show us in 2 3 years. I mean, yeah, obviously it's gonna be in the conversation for sure, but show us the 3 years that we signed you section to see if you can actually stay consistent on your performance. Because
Okay.
again, because a lot of people when they get the money, like I remember Alex Song, this guy, bro, signed us for us. This guy never showed up again. I said he was so
Yeah.
good at Arsenal. He was good at Arsenal, but when he came to us, he never showed up. He didn't care anymore. I was like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, but I'm like, yeah, we're not having that again.
Okay, and NJ, where do you think he should be? In the Barcelona squad, like wage list, should he be all the way at the top with like Robert Lewandowski, Frankie De Jong, or should be he like in like the middle of the pack, or where like what sort of place in the wage list?
For now, probably
Yeah,
12 million would be fair enough, or 10
12.
million, 10
Okay,
million.
well, I'm gonna what's it called? I'm gonna share my screen just so you guys can see the amount that the Barcelona players they are earning. Let me share my screen real quick just so you
I
guys.
mean, if you don't count, what do you call it, Frankie De Jong, 'cause he might leave in the future, and then probably around 10 to 12 again.
Okay. No, see, because you look at all these ads, but obviously the top earners in the club is Robert Lewandowski, Frankie De
Which is
Jong
gonna
in
be
second,
gone.
Ansu Fati in third. Which is crazy. I think earning
Which
almost
how much
40.
does he make? About 13 mil, 14.
Yeah, it's like 14 million. Like Ansu Fati is the third
Uh,
highest earner in the club. That's why
He
Ansu
get
Fati is a problem.
and Frankie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
when you look at in the future though, if he's not gonna be there, right? So if we're talking about the future, then Lamine should be earning just 12 million in the future
so something like
for his
that.
squad. Yeah,
See, but don't you think that's potentially a risk? For example, giving that salary because it's basically the same contract that you gave Ansu Fati. Like, could
yeah,
that
but
be a
again, when you
worry
look, it
given that?
is, but it's a high risk high reward though, because again, he's shown that he's consistent. Yes, he got hurt, but but he's built different though. Sometimes you have to like take a risk. Just because that's what we did before in the past. We take risks on playing high players, not like not the Bartomeu era, more like Sandro Rosell or before that. We pay a lot of players with the salary. So for his quality, yeah, 10 million is fair enough for 3 years. Fair
Okay.
enough.
See, what I would be looking to give Lamine Yamal is a contract that represents Barcelona's trust in him and his ability, to be the star for the future and everything like that. Because he's currently earning. Let me see if I can find how much he's earning.
How much do you think he should earn?
He's right now earning 1.5 million. So he's earning.
Not in your opinion, though. In your opinion,
he should be, this basically similar contracts to Pedri, to Gavi, for example, earning, between 10 to 12 million, like in that price range. But anything more than that, I think it's too much for a player who's too young.
12 max basically.
You want to give him, or you want to keep him grounded and everything like that, because obviously, when you look at some maybe other examples of Sufati, maybe Mbappe, for example, looking at how his current situation is at Real Madrid, some other stars in the world.
Mbappe's earning about 15 mil though. I guess contract there.
Who?
Mbappe. 15.
No, I'm talking about Mbappe like in his early years.
Early years. Okay,
yeah. No, because Mbappe, right now he's earning an insane amount of money, but Barcelona, they have to be very careful in having this contract renewal with Lamine Yamal, because we don't want to be making the same mistakes we made with Ansu or players in the past.
I don't blame you guys. If you guys think that way because of what Barcelona did. Because back then, before when Fabio was still in before that, giving money wasn't an issue. Like giving like big money contracts for anybody wasn't an issue until Bartomeu ruined it for you guys. That's why I don't blame you guys if you guys think that way.
No, of course. No, there has to be like a wage structure in Barcelona. You have to keep it in line with what the market is basically giving you. Obviously, there is a risk, for example, of let's say a PSG, a Man City, or any team with money coming in and saying, "Hey, Lamine Yamal, blank check. What do you want?" But if we're trusting there, maybe Lamine Yamal's desire to stay at Barcelona at the same time, saying, "Hey, I want to stay at Barcelona."
Yeah, but again, money talks nowadays, though, because of how much money values now compared to back then.
Okay.
So
Absolutely.
He'll think about he will think about the money as well. Like, come on, like him. Let's say by the age 25, when he's like popping, right? He's gonna ask a lot.
Yeah,
we have to pay a lot.
No, but that's perfectly normal, because then Lamine Yamal would have almost a decade in top level football, and I think he'd be perfectly entitled to asking that if his performances match.
Yeah, but I don't like it back. If that day comes and people are gonna say, "Oh, if you love the club, you're gonna lower." Like, nah, bro.
Oh no.
You gotta give him the bag. If not, then he'll leave.
No, absolutely. But guys, the last thing I do want to talk about before we end off the episode, I want to share this real quick, and it is the La Liga table. Because as you guys can see right now, Barcelona, we basically have a little margin at the top. We have the 4 points. Real Madrid, they did lose against Athletic Club.
That game was so fun to watch. Well, Bilbao was going all in them.
I wasn't able to watch the game, but I did hear that after that Athletic Club, they did play well. And look at that, they're actually 4 points.
Yeah. So basically, what happens now is that if Madrid wins Valencia, we're still in the top of the table, no matter what.
Absolutely. Even if Madrid win in their game in hand, they will be remaining in second place. As Barcelona, they have a 1 point lead if they win their game in hand, but that is not a guarantee. And our next game will be against Real Betis, in which we are going to be playing against Vitor Roque and Abde. Let's see if these players can.
It should be fun.
It's going to be a nice encounter. Barcelona, they usually have high scoring results against Real Betis. And talking about that, Sebi, match predictions for Real Betis. How do you see that game?
Are we playing home or away?
We're going away.
Away, I'm going to say 3-1 Barca, and Victor Roque scores against us.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I would say 3-1 as well. Either Roque or their main number 10 will score. Canales, he might score.
Okay.
Actually, Lo Celso or Victor Roque, in my opinion, will score.
Okay. I'm gonna go for a bigger scoreline. I'm gonna go with a 4-1 scoreline, and I think Robert Lewandowski resting against Mallorca, I think that's gonna be a big boost to him, and I see him definitely starting. I see him maybe getting a goal or two and adding to his amazing La Liga tally, and hopefully we can come and basically talking the watch long in the post match about
what Mark said was so true. What Mark said, like all our center backs have better feet than Araujo. To be honest, to be honest, what he said is so true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like,
I mean,
like in the back, in the back, like Araujo is a great defender, but his ball playing and IQ is like average. To be honest,
it is one of his weaknesses, and obviously Tah would be an improvement in that aspect, and that's why I am a fan of Jonathan Tah. I think he brings quality. I think he brings experience. He is
6'5", bro.
Yeah, bro, he's a monster. He's a beast.
He's fast as well. 6'5", he's fast, bro. We're gonna win headers in the corners all the time.
Oh my god! And talking about like there's a stat that's saying like Barcelona, they haven't conceded a basically a set piece in what it was like a ton of games or something. But AC he predicts a 4-0. A 4-0. Okay.
Do we need another winger? Yes, but I'm telling you, he has to be someone else, bro. It cannot be the two guys, bro. That means
okay. But I mean that's exciting, guys. Jonathan Tah rumors heating up. We're gonna see where that leads. Lamine Yamal.
He would ask a lot of money, but not that much though, because he will understand the situation. Because he knows Flick. He knows Flick because he's the coach of Germany that time. So he was. I think Flick was the one that gave him the call up in Germany that time. So
okay. Well,
he should be all right.
Guys, that was it for the episode. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Also, apologies for this different type of setup. My PC is having some repairs and everything, and so that's the case. But guys, yeah, I know, like it's not the usual camera or anything like that. But guys, I will be uploading this on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. So if you guys do prefer to listen into on those platforms, feel free. And guys, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave your guys' thoughts and comments down below. And guys, as always, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. See you guys all in the next video. Peace out, guys.
Peace out.